Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Are we going live? I better get real. Don't know if I'm live. Developers, can you hear me? Can you see me? Welcome to the Fish Fry Friday, where it's live and uncensored. We talk about tech, we talk about development. That's all we talk about. Let's wait to see who all is here. With these Zoom meetings, I can't make the announcement too far in advance. It doesn't let me schedule them when I connect it to YouTube. So it's very just hit the record button and see what happens. Let me go into my control panel here while people get situated. I believe we have at least one mod on right now. Paradoodly-doo, if you can hear this developer, say something. Blink twice if you can hear me. Let me go into my control panel so I can see exactly what is going on. How's everyone doing on another wonderful Friday? Still pretty chaotic in many parts of the world, mine included. A lot of people just not caring anymore. But I'm still social distancing as best as possible. You know, this shutdown of essential services, like that are like midway essential, like non-emergency yet essential. I just, it's getting to that point where it's like, man, this really is affecting everyone. I don't mean for that to sound super vague, but I think you guys know what I'm saying. Just like, life's been interrupted. Can anyone hear me? Go to this. Where is my freaking control panel? I can never do two things at once here. So give me a second. I hate dead air time, but you're gonna have to look at me awkwardly for about 20 seconds while I get this thing going. Tell me a joke. It's tell me a joke. Tell me a story. What's everyone up to? It says live. I somewhat doubt that. Okay, let me get in here, developers. This is just ridiculous. Let me go to the live studio here. Oh, snap. Okay. Manage. Come on. Come on, don't do this to me. Here we go. 2 likes, 13 viewers. Here we are, developers. We are in the control panel of doom. What's up, Aubrey, Richard, me, 1 2 3, Benson, Helton, blink, blink. Yo, just watch your Junior Dev Challenge. It was fantastic. Love the candy code. Midnight Sun, which one was that? Junior Dev Challenge? I don't remember that one. What's going on, Rads? Candace Leach, what's up? Paradoodly is back online. Court Z3, we are getting out of it. Blake Hurlbert, hey, Viper 909. Court Z says, I want to create a Reddit clone using Django. Okay. Candace says, Dr. Candace, what's up? Went for a rainy run. Running with a mask sucks. I can imagine. Like and a wet mask, nonetheless. Man. And I've seen photos of people in various busy parks out east, especially where the parks kind of have a heavy load of people wearing masks and running. It looks very uncomfortable, but at least you got out though. I've been going out more and it's just such awesome weather out. Most people here are pretty respectful of the distance. Some just don't care. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag where I am. Okay, let's do a roll call here. I have some updates, and then we're going to talk about code for this live stream. So just to catch everyone up, my name's RealToughCandy, aka RTC. This channel is about software development. Been running it for about 3 years, and it has grown, and that's exciting. More and more people are finding the channel. More people are sharing the channel. Someone last week or a couple weeks ago said they shared the channel on Reddit. So I want to give a special welcome to everyone who's new or stumbled across the channel these past couple weeks or past couple months. We also have some people who have been here for longer than that, a lot longer. People like Candace, Donovan, a lot of people have been here since the start, going on 3 years. And that is just incredible. I can't believe you people are coming back to see this. But thank you so much. And now would be a good time to give a shout out to all my financial supporters, many of whom are in the chat right now. A special shout out to Ao, Zoo, and Stefan. These are my 2 newest patrons. They signed up this week. A huge month for patrons this past, well, we'll say 30 days, because May's been a good month, but April was like a banner month. A lot of new patrons and people pledging their financial support there. I also want to do a YouTube channel member roll call quick, because these are also people who are financially supporting the channel. They have a little piece of candy next to their name. And channel members, you have now custom emojis you can put in the chat. I think there's like a JavaScript one, and there's 4 or 5 different ones. They're all irreverent. They're all playful. I forget, I'll have to check which ones they are again, because I've already forgotten, but you would now have that perk. If you're a YouTube channel member and you're in the live chat, you should have a custom panel of a few emojis I threw in there for your enjoyment. So here are my channel members: Dr. Candace, Sipo Charles, Jim Tryon, Donovan, Rebecca Evans, William Claybrook, Sherry Boer, and Randy Miller. And a few of these people are also patrons. Awesome. Thank you for your financial support. We also have people like Chiquito who contribute through PayPal. And I know this is like one of the driest things. If you're like, yeah, just talk about the code. Guys, these people make the code here happen. So whether it comes to upgrading equipment, giving me the resources to make these videos, they all make it happen. So thank you so much, and welcome new members. Announcement number, I don't know what. Oh yeah, we're just going through the promos, baby. I got new stickers here at the RealToughCandy candy script store. It's my Teespring store. Teespring. Is that a Freudian slip? Teespring, not T-string. Don't, no. Just don't even go there. Teespring. This is glamping with JavaScript frameworks. As you can see, the Big Dipper is React. We have Tensor TPs, I don't know which, Vue, and we have the tree of Angular. This is a custom design sticker. This just arrived here. I'm wearing, I don't know if you guys can see this, I don't want to embarrass myself, but I have a JavaScript cheese, little mouse eating it right here. We got tanks. Developers, it's summer. We got the tank tops. Oh, and we have our old school designs I had been showing off forever on this channel, so I won't bore you with those. But new arrivals in person at RTC headquarters. I'm gonna be flaunting a few more of those in the upcoming videos that I'm doing. So, okay, what's new with you developers? What's going on in your world? So here's what happened in my world this week. I took on a contract for Vue. Gonna be working with some Vue projects. It's going to be fun. I haven't really messed with Vue all that much. I'm going to be working on that contract this month. What else? This week I went to a really good virtual meetup. Now, developers, if you haven't gone to meetups, virtual meetups are happening right now, and they're open to everyone. So a lot of them are open to everyone. Let me retract. For example, this week, there was a Women Who Code virtual meetup hosted by Dallas Women Who Code, DFW, Dallas Fort Worth Women Who Code. It was open to anyone. I was there, Paradoodly-Doo was there, maybe some other people, and the speaker gave a presentation on CSS architecture. So like BEM, object-oriented CSS, and SMAX, SMA CSS. I think that's what that stands for, SMA CSS, is that it? I haven't had a chance to use it all that much. CSS architecture, that is. And I've been wanting to know more about it. The speaker gave a presentation in like a half hour. There were questions afterwards. The only thing that wasn't there was free pizza, and it was free. So check out Meetup. I'm trying to keep my ear to the web here to keep people updated in the Discord about these live events. They're free. So you may as well, especially if you're still stuck at home. A lot of us are. Like, a lot of people are back to business, but still a lot of people are still stuck at home. Or maybe you just want to go. I'll try to keep everyone updated in the Discord. There's stuff for there's one coming up for data visualization with Python, a lot of Python stuff. So yeah, something to do, something to think about until we can meet again in person. What else? The RealToughCandy platform is coming. Oh yeah, the educational platform is coming in July for beta. It's going to be open to a select group of people. It is the beta launch, and then probably it's going to be a out and out de facto launch to the public August, September. Now that's not set in stone. That's a tentative date, but we're working hard on this. I have myself and my employee, who's technically a contractor, but this person works 40 hours a week. So I would love to make this person a de facto employee and, like, you know, provide actual benefits. But I think that's, once we get the platform up and running, I think that's definitely a possibility. I got to treat my people good. So yeah, it's going to be a good one, developers. I'm taking my time with this one. I want it to be solid. This, if you enjoy the channel, if you've enjoyed my Udemy videos, the platform is just going to be just light years ahead of that on Udemy. And as a reminder, I have 2 courses: how to get a job in web development, freelance newbie. I'm planning on taking those off June 1st on Udemy. So if you haven't enjoyed them yet and you don't want to join my platform, you should probably pick those courses up on Udemy, because they're not going to be open for new enrollments after June 1st. That's tentative again. This whole RealToughCandy platform, again, this is the plan, but it's not set in stone. All statements about the platform are subject to change, because I have stuff I'm dealing with offline and various other things. But this is a priority, but you know how life goes. You know how it goes, developers. It's always something. I swear to God, it's always something. Anyways, let's go see what's new in your world. Main Street Studio, what is up? J Biz says OOCSS and BEM for me. Yeah, it's cool, man. CSS architecture is cool. I don't know what else to say. I really can't add much to it, because my only knowledge of it is theoretical. I've never actually used it in a real code base. I'd like to. The problem was with my code that I work on, and when I was in enterprise, we didn't have the time to go back and refactor the CSS. Oh my gosh, developers, I know I've mentioned it. Every time I mention my time in enterprise, I start cringing. And it's because it was so dysfunctional. I wouldn't trade it for anything, because I learned so much. But it was, the more I learn, the more I develop, the more I work on my own business and talk to more developers, the more I see, like, yeah, it was like exponentially dysfunctional, like day after day. But anyways, we had huge style sheets. We had, I mean, enterprise level style sheets, and there was no organization to them. The important overrides were mind-boggling. That was, it was a mess. It really could have benefited from BEM or object-oriented CSS or SMAX, anything, something, anything. It was a total wreck. Have you seen, Quartz3 says, have you guys seen the Steve Ballmer meme, developers? Yes, I have. I can only speak for myself, but I have seen it, and it is pretty funny. Candace says, went to the Vets and Tech virtual meetup, and learning more about some of these tech companies are trying to hire vets, especially if you're a protected veteran. Interesting. Thanks for the tip on that, Candace, because that is something, because I'm not seeking a job right now as a veteran. My ear isn't to that vein. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a veteran coder, holy crap. I just know from a few years ago, there were, as far as educational opportunities, but you make a good point. Job opportunities for vets and code. Yeah, don't sleep on that. For anyone wondering, is anyone hiring right now? Yes, they're hiring. And if you have, I mean, just leverage everything you can about yourself, developers. There's no sense in being modest and being shy about it. If you can't take it, if you don't take advantage of it, somebody else will. So why not just go ahead and leverage who you are, leverage your experience. Yes, check the box if it's true, and take advantage. Rebecca Ehrling, what's up? Midnight Sun says, can you tell us a bit about the Vue.js framework versus the heavy hitters, React, Angular, etc.? Well, Midnight Sun, it's funny you asked, because I really have very little experience with Vue. And again, what I know about Vue at this moment is 95% based on my readings and just reading the docs, rather than actually working with it. And my thing is, one of the things that separates my channel from, I think, many other people who are doing this, is that I just don't like to read something and then talk about it. Like, I would like to have a practical element to it so that we can bridge the gap between tech skills and actually working at a job. And there's like a big gap, right, between knowing and doing and getting paid for it. So, and that's another thing the platform, the RealToughCandy platform, is going to be aiming for. That's my focus, is bridging that gap so you can land a job, get a rage, get a rage, get your rage on. I can't talk today. I'm slipping, developers. Get a job, level up, and get a raise. So, I mean, I'll keep you updated, because honestly, at this point, I haven't even started working on it. This is just something I solidified today through an email. So I haven't even touched anything. Let's go to the comments. Viper909 says, currently currently learning PHP, coming from Python. So far, it seems like PHP is more solo dev friendly. Main Street Studio says, RealToughCandy, yeah, Paradoodly do. I'd like to thank you guys for your live streams. Your boy now got a contract. Thank you guys. My advanced appreciation is coming. Yes! Where's my where is my bullhorn? Where is my bullhorn? Hold on. Yeah. Awesome. Good job, Main Street. I'm so excited for you. That is great news. So let's go back here. Let me go up to the comments here. That is excellent news. That is so validating when that happens. So can you tell us a little more about, like, how long is it? And I don't know, any details if you can, if you're comfortable. If not, I totally understand, but that is so exciting. Congratulations. Callie162 says, I've been working on a school assignment in Svelte. I love it. Why is this not taking off yet? I think it's because React, now there's no official statement on this, but this is my theory, that React has really solidified itself as the framework of choice. Yes, we know it's a library, but let's call it a framework. You know, okay, I'm gonna backtrack because I have to go on a tangent. Let me finish my thought first. React has been solidified as the framework of choice for a large number of for-profit entities and non-profit entities. Like the community, the documentation, the resources available, the backing of Facebook. Like it's got the market share and it's got the mind share, you know? Whereas something like Svelte, it is much more community, it's like Vue. It's like a nicer version of Vue. You could go to the GitHub, you could go to Vue's GitHub repo, right, and see that it has 100-some thousand, it's like 150,000 stars. Like people, it's the people's champ. It's the framework of love and framework of kindness in many developers' eyes. But you just don't see it in commercial applications. That has gone to React. That has also gone to Angular, but not Vue. And the same thing with Svelte. Svelte is championed by one guy. The narrative goes back to one guy because it's open source. We have hundreds of people probably working on it, dozens if not hundreds, but it goes back to one guy. It's relatively new, and it started coming into prominence or into our minds after React had blown up. And React is just like domineering over all these other frameworks, all these other technologies. And when we think of front-end development and when we think of frameworks, front-end frameworks, most people think React. And it's hard to change that. Same with GraphQL. I mean, there are not very many, most people are not going to be needing to use GraphQL. But because it's Facebook backed and because it's like, look what Facebook published, look what they put out. Because it's Facebook backed, we're going to be continuing to hear about GraphQL. We're going to have these managers and people who really aren't all that familiar with how tech works drop these names. And Svelte isn't going to be in there because it's not backed by a billion, trillion, gazillion dollar company. That is my opinion. That is the way I see it. But I mean, anything can change. That's the thing about web development. Anything can change. Things change. Things always change. Like Remember Knockout? No. Remember Elixir? No. Remember jQuery? Some of us. Like, jQuery was huge a few years ago. And now people just like, people spit on it. People spit on jQuery. I don't know why. It was so great. It was such a gateway for so many people when it came to web development, and I still use it, not for a production code bases, but for prototypes, for just whipping something up really quick, just testing and playing around with stuff. A proof of concept. There's some good use cases yet for it still. Anyways, getting off topic, let's go back. Midnight Sun says, because React is backed by Facebook and Angular is backed by Google. Exactly. Let's see. Rebecca Erling says, we still use jQuery. Heck yeah. Yeah. Also, I think also with Svelte, maybe it's also just framework fatigue. Good point. Right. Right. And you know what is an awesome addition to the web the common web developer? The typical web developer's toolkit is TypeScript. TypeScript makes sense. But because so many developers are JavaScript fatigued, I think it's a hurdle, even though TypeScript is like pretty rad if you look at it and see how it can improve your workflow, how it can improve your code base, how it can improve your efficiency and the efficiency of others and programming efficiency, if that makes sense. It's just, TypeScript is awesome. But I think a lot of people are just JavaScript fatigued. They're sick of it. And good point about the framework fatigue thing. Like, do we really need another framework? This is what gets me. So React is technically a library, but we call it a framework because it acts like one, right? So React has its own frame. There is this is just how crazy this is. Next.js. Have you guys heard of Next.js? Let me pull it up here. I'm not going to do a screen share, but I don't want to misquote my own self. So there's Next for Vue and there's Next for JavaScript. It is a framework for React. It's madness. And yes, server-side rendering and all this other stuff, progressive web apps, all this other stuff, service workers. Oh man, it's just a lot though. It's just a lot. And then that's the thing too, like with Svelte and these newer things, React has bolted on a lot of other features and a lot of other people that this word gets abused. Ecosystem. The React ecosystem is just, it spans as far as the eye can see. And all of these add-ons, all of these extras, all this way you can make React extensible, all these ways you can turn React into something you never thought possible. That's where people are heading. And Angular has more of a darker history, but a lot of companies still use it. A lot of people got burned with the Angular rewrite. I know that was the case when I was working enterprise because we had like 4 or 5 frameworks we're working with. Let's go to the comments. What's everyone else working on? Vlaslo, what's up? He says, yes, I agree. I really don't want to learn another framework. I already work with Angular and React, but I can't get the motivation to try out Vue or Svelte. Yeah, and I mean, even when I was learning, this was just like in my learning phase, I was learning React. And then people were like, Vue is a lot easier. I still don't know if I agree with that statement. Then again, I never really have used React or Vue in a serious way. So I'm gonna have to, this month is gonna be fun for me because I'm gonna have to explore, I get to really explore what I actually think of Vue while getting paid for it. See, there's a big difference. Like if I'm getting paid for something, I'm bound to pay more attention to whatever I'm doing. So I'll let you guys know my findings because it just wasn't something I've ever crossed over to. The whole fatigue thing that Rebecca mentioned. Khalid Mohammed. Hi, Candy. I bought that Eloquent JavaScript book that you recommended before, and I'm excited about what I'm going to build with JavaScript. Thanks and much love from Dubai. We got Dubai in the live stream. All right. Khalid, thanks for letting me know, and I hope you enjoyed that book. Eloquent JavaScript is one of my picks. It was my pick in 2019, and it's my pick in 2020 for, do I want to say must have? It's my pick for a good JavaScript book. It also has projects. He talks about a little bit about Node, but it's a good book. It's like encyclopedic in size, and it's not a night read. You can't read it in one night. It's a couple courses, honestly, a couple video courses slammed into one book. I really like that book. And what I like too is that it's one of the few JavaScript books that attempts to share projects with you and challenge you to do projects. Speaking of projects, you developers may have noticed in the title I have giveaways. Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna do a giveaway right now. We have two of these to give away today. So my dude Brandon over at Educative, Brandon, if you're watching this, I don't know your job title. You're the guy, you're my point of contact though. We'll just say my point of contact. I got people. He's in the Educative group. He said, RTC, we wanna, because of this whole Rona thing, we want to give you some of these things to give away to your subscribers. I said, absolutely, I'm interested. So what these two things I'm giving away, they are 3-month all access passes to educative.io. Now, I have been hooting and hollering about this platform for the last probably like 6 or 7 months. If you like immersive environments, check that platform out. They also have, what really turned me on to that platform was number one, the coding environments. Number two, their courses, a lot of their courses are like oddly specific, delightfully specific. They have you can build Tesla's battery control panel or something like that in React for free. That's a free course on there. They have a lot of free courses on there, but a lot of them are also paid. They have a huge library. So I'm going to be giving this away. So one of them, I'm giving 2 away in this live stream. This is for the first one. This is going to require some brain power. The next one, I don't know, I'll give away in the next 20 minutes or so. That's not going to require brain power. So pick your poison. Do you want to think, or do you want to just wait and hope that I point to you like this on the screen? It's up to you. So here's my question. We are going to talk about exponential growth. We've heard a lot about this in various mediums. Maybe you've even used exponents and exponential algorithms in some sort of code or something, I don't know. But just to know, this has to do with exponential growth. Okay, are you ready? The first person to get this right is going to win a 3-month membership to Educative free of charge. So the month of April has 30 days. I'm just laying this out there. This is part of the problem. The month of April has 30 days. There's a lily pad growing in a pond. On day 30, the pond is 100% filled by that lily pad. On what day does that lily pad occupy 50% of that pond? Exponential growth. The first person to get this question right wins. And I am just gonna rub my hands like Gargamel from the Smurfs and see who gets this right. This is kind of a tough one. Come on, developers. I know there's a lag, but I gotta see some answers. Let's see it. Gargamel. Who are some other funny evil characters from 80s cartoons? Next Door Panda. You're absolutely right. Next Door Panda. Love the username, by the way. That's absolutely right. That is the terrifying beauty of exponential growth. Isn't it wonderful? On day 29, it's 50% occupancy of the pond, and by the 30th, it's completely covering that pond. That's wild. And that is the beauty and terror of exponential growth. Please, Next Door Panda, send me an email right now and I will get you hooked up with Brandon at Educative. It's a 3-month, you just won yourself a 3-month all access pass to that platform, all courses at your disposal. Send me an email, realtoughcandy@gmail.com right now. And after the stream, I'll hook you up, okay? Congrats. Gabe the 5th. Man, people are flying in with these numbers. The coder formerly known as Gabe, John B, Co Z, Mac Dude, Altix, Code Dragon, Infinity Fun, John B. Don't worry. Okay, so that was the thinking one. That was the thinking question. And then in like 15 minutes, we'll go away the second one and I'll just point. By the way, if you want to increase your chances of winning, hit the like button. I never said these contests were non-biased. Come on, we got 50 people in here. Let's see some thumbs up on this video. Tell YouTube I'm worth your time. Good job, Next Door Panda. Hopefully I see you around town. It'd be really funny if there was an actual panda occupying my neighbor's home. Like not as an exotic animal, like actually living there making breakfast in the morning. I just look over and see a panda scrambling eggs. Wouldn't that be rad? I'd have to lay off the Benadryl or whatever, because I would not believe myself. I would not believe my eyes. Okay, so let's get back to the topic, which is anything code. There is no set topic. Welcome to the Fish Fry Friday, by the way, if you're just joining us. This is a Friday thing. We talk about code and nothing but the code. We talk about code jobs, code education, gripes. We talk about web developer lifestyles, software developer lifestyles, and just about what is going on in our lives. So there's that going for you. This is the one live stream. I was doing live streams every day last month, or trying to. I missed a few days, but for the most part, it was so fun. It was every day when I did the live stream, the live chat was just a different mood, and there were different people, and just the dynamic was different every day. You never really knew what to expect. I loved it. I love chatting and engaging with you guys. These live streams are so fun. So next Friday, we are going to be doing another Fish Fry Friday, and I'm going to have a special guest. His name's Tech Rally. I believe he's on the East Coast. I don't want to give too much away, but he's here in the States. He's a senior developer, and I'm going to be picking his brain. We're going to be talking about his coding journey. He also has a YouTube channel. So Tech Rally, if you're here, give me a shout and let me know, are we still on for next Friday? Is your dance card still open? And are you coming on the channel? Inquiring minds want to know. And I'm hoping you're still interested, because I'd love to have you on. I'm planning on it. So be there or be square. I'll DM you again and give you some questions that I plan on asking. But anyways, he's a senior developer. I want to ask him all about his journey, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about development and nothing but development. We had Donovan on a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen that interview, that talk, it wasn't really an interview. It was more of a chat. This guy is just so active in his career. He's been on the channel and on my site like 5 or 6 times over the past couple years. So watch that interview. You're going to learn a lot. There's a lot of insight. I asked him about his journey, about his job, about challenges, about things that, you know, he's picked up and noticed over the years of doing this. He's 100% self-taught as well. And he has a lot of great gems to drop in that video. So paradoodly do, if you're here, share that video and people can check it out after this live stream. Every time I have a guest on here, it's always, again, it's a different dynamic every time. I need to have more people on the show. I'm feeling a little isolated. Let's go to the comments. Infinity Fun, checking in from India. What's up? Michael Hamilton. Hey, how's it going? Sarah's here as well. Our other mod, excellent. She is our great mod also over on the Discord. Oh my gosh, developers, I'm going off topic here, but this is, I suppose it somewhat relates to the software developer lifestyle, because I can now finally afford these things somewhat. I bought a rump roast. Now, mind you, rump roasts are not like filet mignon status, but it was 2.5 pounds. It was like 18 bucks. I guess that's not so bad. But, you know, when you don't have 18 bucks, It's a lot of money. Anyways, so I bought this rump roast. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this thing? I just kept looking at it in the fridge. I'm like, I wasn't feeling the crock pot because it's getting kind of warm where I am. I said, oh, I'm gonna smoke it. I'm gonna smoke it. So I smoked it in my Weber Smoky Mountain grill, smoker / grill thingy. This is how technical I am with the smoker. Oh, and I put some applewood chips in that baby. I let, because it's low fat, it cooks, it smokes really quick. So it was in for like an hour and a half. Got into an eternal temp of about like 130, I think. Tented it in foil, let it rest for about 10 minutes. So that temp went up a little more. It was a beautiful medium rare, developers. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I smoked some onions and then I was on a roll. So you know what I did? I went back upstairs. I picked up my organic chicken thighs and I put them on the smoker. Oh, developers, it was luxe. It was so good. So that's what I posted in Discord because we have a food. I didn't post the chicken thighs, but I posted the rump roast. We have a food and recipes area in the Discord, and that's my tie-in to my activity on the Discord. That was my like MVP post this week. I also talk about other things and engage with people there, of course, but the food pics, I had to do it. And I'm not really one to, oversharing is just not my thing. But when it comes to food, one overshare here and there, I think might be justified, especially if it has to do with smoked meat. Ah, it was so good. Oh, and I stuck a few cloves of garlic in it. Fantastic. I never knew the joy of smoking. Edible food products. Let's go to the comments. John B, $10 super chat. John B, I really appreciate that. Hey, is that like the GitHub logo as you? What do you call that style of artwork? What is your avatar? It's really cool. Good to see you live. Always awesome to hang out. Send us the beef. John B, I appreciate that super chat. Thank you so much. Midnight Sun says, any experience with pellet smoker grills? No, but I have. I sounded really Minnesotan right there. No, I haven't done the smoke. I haven't done the pellets. No, just traditional, but you know, I'm kind of interested in checking it out. Whenever I try to find recipes for smoking, people are always talking about pellet grills, pellet smokers. Never tried it. I'm the old school. I dump a lot of charcoal in there. And then what I'll do is I'll take the olive oil and I don't have, because there's like certain ways, there's I don't know what they call them, it's like fire starters or something for grills. They're like cubes, but you don't want to use lighter fluid or these Insta-Light charcoals because that'll infuse your food with that nasty chemical taste. So what I do to start the charcoals, I'll take some paper towel and just like kind of just roll them up. I'll drizzle them in olive oil. So it's a really clean burn. Oh, and then once it gets smoking, it's over. It's game over. It's game over. I was really surprised at how good it turned out because rump roast is a really low fat meat. So it's very easy to get it to dry out, but put it on for an hour and a half and you're golden. Anyways, I'm getting way off topic. Thanks, John B, for the super chat. Wait, where's Tech Rally? Tech Rally! Why am I yelling at my computer? Tech Rally says, hey, RTC, been a while. Yeah, man, I was just talking about you. Are you still coming on the channel next week? We have much to discuss. We have much to discuss. This is the guy. Code Dragon says virtual smoking is better. Main Street Studio, Chef RealToughCandy. Yeah, come on. Next time I'll just like bring your spatula and my big hat. Sorry guys, I changed professions. Let's talk about steak. We're like, yeah, okay. I regret subscribing to this channel, but whatever. Candace Leach says RTC throwing a barbecue. That would be so fun. If we ever, I would like to get to the point where I am able to take like a month off, completely off, like no YouTube, no self-employed, nothing. Because I can do it right now, but then I'm always like, oh, I gotta get back to work. I want the mental relaxation to take a month off and just go all around the country and host meetups and have a barbecue. Maybe we can bust out the grill. Grill and chill with RTC. Let's talk about code. And if we have vegetarians and vegans, we can also smoke some veggies. What about smoked tofu? I wonder if that would turn out. I'd try it. I'm kind of hit and miss with tofu. Tofu's kind of hit and miss with me anyway. Some days I'm all about it. And other days I'm like, I just can't. J Web Guy says, RTC, love your live streams and real world helpful tips. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks, J Web Guy. I appreciate that feedback. You know, sometimes I get awesome mess. I really am so honored and humbled to work with people every week, to do videos talking about code. This channel has like 400 plus videos. The vast majority of them are directly related to like practical real world development. Some aren't, you know, let's be honest, some aren't, but most of them are. And when I get messages like yours, it's an affirmation. So thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to be doing more videos. I'm doing a video right now, working on one this weekend. It's going to be published next week. If you're interested in freelancing, my voice is quivering. If you're interested in freelancing, I have a freelance video coming up. Probably publish it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, early next week. For, I don't know, like, I actually want to poll the audience right now. Developers, what are some topics you want to know about freelancing? Don't feel shy about it either. Like, if you think it's too simple, too complex, it isn't either of those things. Whatever it is, I want to know, because I don't want to make videos where people are like, yeah, that doesn't apply to me. I make videos based on what people tell me and what I read in the comments and read on Discord and stuff. But as far as freelancing, I blocked off some time to record a video tomorrow. So what's it going to be about with freelancing? Let me hear some freelance topic ideas so I can write those down. Christopher Hernandez says, ever plan to make videos about coding a POS software? Point of sale or something else? Main Street Studio says, say PHP one time and see if Zoom can detect it with a D. Should I say it? Joe Blow says, if we take all of Andre's courses, can we become hireable as a developer? Good question. I just read something about potato salad and I need to address that right now. Where I saw a potato salad comment here and I got totally sidetracked. Let's see. Where was the question? Ooh, Chinese dumplings. Yeah, everyone bring a potluck style. I know some people don't feel the potluck, but those things are awesome. You guys, like, church potlucks were big in my area when I was growing up. Like, the one thing I had to look forward to as a teen, like, I don't know people who's, I don't relate to people who say high school was awesome, being a teenager was awesome. Those were some of the worst years of my life. Everything sucked. But church potlucks was like one thing I look forward to. Yeah, bring the Chinese dumplings. I'm all about it. In case you guys haven't realized it yet, I'm a total foodie. In the last 20 minutes has been talking about like red meat and eating. So, okay, here's the question. If we take all of Andre's courses, can we become hireable as a web developer? Maybe, maybe not. Great question. This is the thing. I did a video on this last year related to Udemy courses because someone had asked something similar. I had made a comment on one of my vids, Udemy courses won't make you a junior developer. And the person was like, why not? Well, if that won't, then what will? Taking courses, even very high quality ones like Andre's, that they will give you knowledge. They will show you how to do things, but you can't be passive. You have to make a commitment. And if your brain isn't hurting, doing it wrong. You have to make your own projects. You have to work every day, ABC, always be coding. I mean, it's, of course, take a day off, take some time off if you're feeling burnt out, but this requires extreme dedication. watching videos isn't going to make you a developer. Doing these things, making projects as close to real world as possible, as close to things employers see. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're applying to a tech company in your town that specializes in making websites about frogs. Lily pads, exponential growth, frogs, let's just go with it. All they do is frog. They make websites about frogs, e-commerce, you can buy, sell, and trade frogs. You can protest frog. There's a sign-up page to protest frog experiments in labs, anything related to frogs. Now, when you're applying to that job, they're going to give interview preference, other things equal. So here's you candidate A, here's candidate B. If this developer has a project involving frogs built with a tech stack that they use, incorporating something like Angular, let's say they use Angular, using Angular, they just got interview preference. And because they got because they have interview preference, they theoretically have hiring preference compared to someone who doesn't have a site about frogs. And that's something that's just like I don't want to call it like street knowledge. It's not like, yeah, man, you gotta rise to your level out here. Like it's not like that. It's not like, how to explain it? I don't know. I'm probably just making it more complicated than I need to. The point is, you have to apply that knowledge to impress an employer. And there is not one course out there by itself or a suite of courses, a bundle of courses out there, to my knowledge, that will do that. And so again, not to bring it back to the RealToughCandy platform, but that's one of the reasons I'm starting it, because there's such a gap. There's like just chasm when it comes to knowing the tech and being employable and getting the job. There are different steps here. So it's like, okay, code newbie, then it's like bathing in code. You're just like, oh my gosh, which should I pick? Then it's the code grind. You decide on a framework or decide on your tech stack and you grind it out. And now it's ready to apply to jobs but not getting callbacks. So it's a multi-step process. So you don't go from code newbie learning this stuff to becoming hireable. You go through that process. And so there isn't one course out there that will do that, because courses are designed to meet you where you are in that phase rather than take you through all those phases. Now, if there is a bundle of courses or courses out there that exist that do that, I'd like to know. But Andre Nego has a great platform. And so going back to your question about taking all of his courses, a lot of his courses aren't even applicable to software development. He has Python courses, he has machine learning and AI and stuff. He has many different courses, but some of them don't even apply to web development. So if you're trying to become a web developer, number one, scratch those off your list. His bootcamp is a great starting point. But again, is it going to take you all the way to sitting in a desk, sitting in a cubicle or an open floor plan, God help us, an open office? Is it going to take you all the way there? No. You have to go through the steps. So I hope that helped answer your question. And that's not to, again, his courses are awesome. I did an 1.5 hour freaking live stream about his platform the other week because it is that good. And I do have, I critiqued it. I do have some critiques with the platform as well, but he's my favorite instructor in 2020. He was my favorite instructor in 2019. And I was late to discover him, but there are some really good instructors out there. There are a lot of people doing their own things and helping people get jobs. But you have to realize that it is a process. It's a segmented process and there's different phases. So yeah, I hope that helped answer your question. Going down to the comments here, Rebecca says, well, Rebecca, I'm going to come back to your comment. Hold on a sec. Lardosian says, I'm no expert, but React is huge. Got to learn that. I'm learning AWS, Amplify stuff, and all their examples use React. Interesting. Tech Rally, apply what you learn is so true. Too easy to just do tutorials because you don't really debug. Debug, yes. Debugging. That's a huge, dude. Debugging is a skill. I think Coding Phase actually has a debugging course on his platform. But aside from that, I haven't seen an actual course dedicated to showing you how to debug and the different methods. Because there's so many ways you can, unit testing. You could just, I don't know, I don't even want to get into it. Jest. What are some other testing for Selenium? There's frameworks, there's libraries, there's all kinds of stuff you can use. You can use try catch blocks if you really want to go basic. You can console log things if you want to go. I mean, you could go either way with it. You can go all ways with it, but debugging is a major skill. That's something you're going to learn a lot on the job, but to have some debugging skills, because that's a prime example of a problem solving skill. And at the end of the day, we're all problem solvers. That's all we're doing. We're just solving problems. And learning how to debug code, that's you interfacing with a problem directly. And knowing how to untangle that problem is what gets you paid. Problem solvers get paid. Rebecca says, as a front-end dev, you'll be looking at mockups and figuring out how to build UIs. So go out and where'd your comment go? So go out and find layouts and build them by looking at a JPEG or PSD or whatever. Let's see, Alexander, what's up? I'm starting front end from scratch and I need to learn HTML and JavaScript. What's your favorite method, course, platform, bootcamp to learn from scratch? To learn from scratch, like level 0, absolutely, without a doubt, 100%. Mark Myers, A Smarter Way to Learn JavaScript. Mark Myers, A Smarter Way to Learn HTML and CSS. Hands down, best books for newbies, best material for newbies I've ever come across. And I've been doing it for 4 years, keeping updated with the materials coming out. That's like one of my main tasks as RealToughCandy is to just keep updated with all these educational platforms, the learning resources, new things. And then there's, guys, developers, there's stuff coming out every week. My guy Chiquito just shared something. It was like onemonth.com, new platform I never heard of. There was another platform a few people have mentioned, Purple, P-I-R-P-L-E, Purple, never heard of it. And I see these things every week, and I just got to keep my ear to the ground. But through the storms, these 2 books Mark Myers has written, they've weathered the storm, and just absolutely the best for newbies. If you're looking for a course for newbies, and you're just trying to get the basics, I honestly, see, that's a tough one, because the ones that do teach the basics also teach the advanced beginner stuff, like the online bootcamp, Andre Negoy's coding bootcamp, which is an awesome course, but it's like, what, 30, 40, or 50 hours? I don't know. It's ungodly, whatever, however many hours. It's a minimum 30 out, 24 hours even. I don't know. But if you're looking for something, again, Mark Myers, just incredible. In fact, I wrote a book. I can't talk to death. I have an article on my website. It's titled something outlandish. It's like, Mark Myers' JavaScript is the best book ever. Here's why. Paradoodly-doo, can you share that link if he's interested in checking that out? Basically, it's a rundown of the book and why it's so good. Top 10 says, can I apply for jobs after learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? Yes, absolutely. That's one thing where I think a lot of people get hung up because we never feel adequate enough. Why? Because there's too much information. There's too much to learn. It's never too early to apply to jobs. If you're not getting callbacks, you're not getting interviews, that'll tell you got some more work to do, right? Something's not working. But if you are getting callbacks and interviews, you're doing something right. So it can be a really good test to see where you stand in the eyes of employers. If you apply to 200 places, and this is not, you're not robo-calling, you're not spamming these people. If you take your time out of your day, or a couple days, it's gonna take a couple days to apply to 200 jobs, you have a custom cover letter, you tweak your resume a little, you went through your portfolio with a fine-tooth comb, and you apply to these 200 jobs and you're not getting any callbacks, something in your process is out of whack. But if you are getting callbacks, you're onto something. And so at that point, you're learning. This is a learning expedition also when you're in the interview. Even if you don't get the job, that's one step closer. And you have the opportunity to interview your potential employer. And you can see with your very eyes how these things work, how human resources works, what senior developers act and look like, what mid-levels look like. My first job, I was interviewing people with a panel of other people. They were like 4 people at this one interview. When I had my own interview at this company, I was interviewed by 3 people at a table, and it wasn't as nerve-wracking as you may think. I actually thrive in crisis situations. That's a fun fact about me. So when it gets to that point, like, I'm on, you know what I mean? And so I feel alive when it's a high pressure situation. And I'm one of those people who just really thrive with it. So for me, it was, of course it was a big deal, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to die. Like, it wasn't like that at all. But going to those interviews, you get to have that experience, whether you thrive or you shrivel. Doing those types of things gets you one step closer, and it gets you that real world experience. And that's just invaluable. Compared to, if you could spend an hour at an interview compared to an hour online, 10 times out of 10, go to the interview. Even if you think you made yourself look like a fool, the worst they can do is say you didn't get the job. It's really not that big of a deal in the long run. I'm not trying to be glib. I have been turned down for positions I felt like I was thoroughly qualified for. When I got out of the Air Force, I applied to this job. It was in Vermont, and it was posted on usajobs.gov or whatever. It's like, these are government jobs, and you get veterans preference. You get your points. And I also fill out a few other of those check boxes. I also had the skills that matched 1 for 1. Like, it was like I wrote the job listing if I wanted to hire myself. If I had to write something where I knew I'd be 100% just in the door, bypass the interview, you got the job, I don't even know any more about you. That was the type of job listing I was reading. And I applied, they didn't even write back to me. And it sucks. I was like, dude, I was perfectly qualified for this. Can I at least get an email? Can you at least tell me I'm not good enough? Something, anything. But no. And so I know how it feels going to those jobs where you feel like you did good, but then it's just, sorry, we don't want you. Like, oh man, you just got to keep pushing forward. You just got to keep going on, go on to the next one. It's something to talk about. It's something to talk about on a Discord server. But as far as keeping you back, just keep applying. There's a job out there for you. There is a job out there for you. And the other thing too, don't necessarily stick. I say tech companies, right? But a lot of these places that need developers aren't even in the tech industry. They have a tech department. They might not even have a tech department. They just have 1 or 2 people working on a web app or working on their website. I mean, small businesses, even a lot of small businesses need a web developer. So they're just, leave no rock or stone unturned. Alexander Grando says the 1-month platform link. Yeah, I'm not sure, Alexander, sorry. Check my Discord. Paradoodly-doo, can you hook the group up with my Discord server? So this Discord server almost has 1,000 people. I'm super happy for it. Great group of people. I just love it. All hours of the day and night, people are posting interesting, fascinating things, whether it has to do with smoked meat, not guilty, I mean, what? Or talking about code. We have rooms for code reviews or portfolio reviews, sharing your GitHub, just because, coding questions and answers. We have a general room. But Chiquito posted the 1-month thing. Is it onemonth.com? I don't want to give you a bum link. So Chiquito, if you're here, or if anyone else knows what I'm talking about, let me know. Midnight Sun says Google, Amazon, and Facebook. HR says you can reapply 6 months after an interview where you were good but didn't quite get the offer. Interesting. Interesting. I didn't know it was 6 months. I thought it, okay, for some reason I thought it was a year, but 6 months only, huh? Cool. Net Ninja, Hingle McCringle. What's up, Hingle? Net Ninja helped me understand HTML and CSS better than anybody else. Net Ninja is awesome. I name dropped that guy in my article, 101 Places to Learn to Code for Free on RealToughCandy.com. It's a pinned article if you're interested. 101 places. Net Ninja has amazing video tutorials. I really like his stuff. He also has Udemy courses. I haven't checked those out. I might have even bought one. I don't know. It's down the memory hole at this point, but he's awesome. Especially, I think he has a vanilla JavaScript course. That's what it was. That's the one. I may have even reviewed it, but I didn't take it. I didn't take any of his stuff. I didn't take any of his Udemy courses as like foundational knowledge. I bought the course for review purposes. But yeah, even his free stuff is awesome. Laszlo says, in the beginning, you will never feel like you're ready. You just have to start applying. What's the worst that can happen? You don't get the job. If you don't apply, you are not going to get it anyways. Exactly. Exactly. Let's see. Average Joe says, Brad Traversy has plenty of videos, crash courses to learn the basics of whatever you might be into. Good point. Yeah, okay, so that's right. I would, yeah, Traversy, not only on YouTube, but also they have courses on Udemy. Traversy has courses on Udemy. He has a vanilla JS. The biggest selling point of Brad Traversy is that he is very project centric. It's like going to the after school program where you bring something really cool home for your mom, like a, I don't know, ceramic casserole dish. You're like, I made this. So yeah, and I mean, within an hour with his YouTube stuff, you'll have something, but he also has the vanilla JS YouTube course. Net Ninja has a vanilla JS. Yeah, thanks guys for jogging my memory on that. It seems like it's been forever. This was like 8 months ago when I was looking at these things. And it's like, oh, it was years ago. Sol Vega, what's going on? Bluin, hello, hello. Tom PW, hi Candy. Hello, Tom. Laszlo says you can start applying for jobs as soon as you feel that you're ready. I learned those skills, built my own things, and just started to apply. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I said before, you'll be getting feedback, explicit and implicit, when you start that process. Even just finding out, even just picking through and parsing some of these job descriptions and getting that next step in your life is a huge step. So yeah, and just going back to the point of developers who don't feel ready, like a lot of us never feel ready. Like I'm doing this thing on Vue this month. I've never used it. I've never used it in a for-profit setting, but now I'm getting paid to do it. So I have to go do it. And so your body responds to what you have to do. Your mind responds to what you have to do. So it's easy to get stressed out. I have enough stress. I can't be stressing about this new tech. I'll go ahead and learn it, read the docs, ask some questions, ask my tech mentor, and then go bang it out. That's what you got to do. All right, we have a super chat. Midnight Sun, $2 super chat. I appreciate you, Midnight Sun. Thank you for that. Which other of your YouTube pals should we follow? Okay, well, a lot of people who are part of this YouTube channel have channels with no content. So I'm going to assume you mean people with content who are somewhat active on the upload circuit. So we will start with number 1, Candidate Planet. Candidate Planet is an awesome channel. Candidate Planet focuses exclusively on interviews, on technical interviews, getting the job, getting a raise, negotiation. All these things we tend not to think about when we're learning web development, but I mean, these things are really important too. It's never, I know everyone has like a million things to do, but this is the one area where it can be the difference between $70,000 a year and $120,000 a year. So Candidate Planet is spearheaded by Lucen Mendel. Lucen was on the channel twice, I think. Twice. They were both, yes. So we did a mock interview with Carlos and Michael. We did a mock interview with those two junior devs, and Lucen interviewed them. I also had Lucen and Adam on the channel to talk about anything related to getting employed as a software developer. We had an Ask Me Anything pretty much a couple weeks ago live, but that channel is Candidate Planet. And Lucen has been uploading more and more and getting really involved in live streams too. And just those, that's the thing. When I was starting to learn web development, those types of channels were like, yeah, I can't do this. Like I averted them to the max because I didn't understand where the interviewer was coming from. Like, why would you ask these questions? Why would you do this? A lot of us will never have to be faced with a Silicon Valley style interview. Thank goodness. Some of us will. Some of these startups are imitating Silicon Valley, and they will ask you trivial tech questions. Also, too, it is just good training to see inside the mind of a senior developer, like senior. Lucen has 2 degrees from MIT and they worked at, what was it? Indiegogo, many other tech companies in Silicon Valley. So that Candidate Planet, let's see, what else? I like a Nerd's World. Now, these are the channels. I'm subscribed to a ton of channels, but I really don't watch YouTube that much these days. I have to be honest. I'll drop into some channels and be like, hey, that's hilarious. Coding Phase has some funny videos, dude. Like some of his titles, I'm just like, are you serious? So I'll have to pop in and give a like or make a comment or something. But as far as channels that I'm like, ooh, this is edgy. This is like valuable info for 2020. And Nerd's World, if you're looking at freelancing or starting your own digital agency. Chris A. Hughes, he is the founder. His wardrobe is out of control, on fleek. His style is 10, just tens. He has, and he paid people on Cameo to give him business advice. He paid like riffraff $80 to give him business advice, and like these different rappers. Was it Redman? It was funny. What else? He talks about, he does like epic live streams talking about the business, anything related, and he'll answer every question in the super chat. He's in Canada. He owns one of the largest digital agencies in Toronto, to my knowledge. He has multiple locations, very successful, very engaging, very interesting guy. And he loves to share his knowledge. That's what I do love about it, is that the stuff that he shares is, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know why he gives it away for free. He should be charging thousands of dollars for what he talks about, honestly. Hopefully he will, if that's what he wants. I mean, some people just want to, because some people just want to share. But seriously, like the stuff he talks about can really help you go from 0 to 1 or 0 to 2 if you're trying to start freelancing, if you're wanting to learn about SEO. He did a video. Now, this is what I like about Chris too, is that he's no dodo. Oh, I've seen more than one video on SEO, not naming names, but more than one person has said the alt tag is to be used for SEO purposes. Like that is the primary purpose. No. Chris A. Hughes was one of the few, he was the only person I've ever heard on YouTube to say, okay, I'm talking non-web developer, because Chris is not a web developer. I'm talking about these marketing people, these people who own agencies and stuff, non-web developers. Chris is the first non-web developer I've heard on YouTube to say the alt tag is actually primarily for people who have visual impairments. I was like, Chris, thank you. You're the first guy to actually say that. So Nerds were, I mean, guys, as far as business and all that kind of stuff, I mean, we got Traversy, we've got geez, I mean, I have a whole list of people I'm subscribed to, but you guys have heard those channels, right? I'm trying to talk about channels that maybe you've not heard of. I'd say Candidate Planet and a Nerd's World, and that's pretty much it for up and coming. Let's see the comments. Beverly 2J Austin, thanks for the super chat. Thank you for not trying to be a coder fashion model like other women tech channels. Appreciate you keeping it real, inspirational. Beverly, I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. Everyone's trying to do their own thing, and everyone is trying to just make it in this world, right? That said, there are certain things I don't want this channel to be. I come on this channel as a regular person. I'm not trying to twerk. I'm not trying to show off my moves. I'm not trying to do anything except share with you coding and the software developer lifestyle. That's it. That's it. That's it. I mean, most people by now, if they've been following for any amount of time, they can figure that out pretty quick. That's all I'm trying to do. And I can see the temptation for trying to oversell this career field. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, talking about code on a Friday night doesn't appeal to most people. So some people just want to spice it up and do certain things, but it's just not my thing. That's not what this channel is about. So appreciate the super chat. And yeah, this is it. This is the RealToughCandy live stream. Speaking of which, I think it's time for a giveaway. So this is going to be a random selection. Let's see, let's make this fun. This is going to be a non-thinking contest. If you've won something in the past or in the last, we'll say last month or so, please let this go to someone who hasn't won something. Let's see. What should I ask? What should I ask? I don't know. Why don't you just let me know in the comments if you're interested? I think that might be like a quick way to find out if people want this or not. So what I'm giving away right now is a 3-month scholarship to Educative, courtesy of Educative. Shout out to educative.io. They're hooking you guys up with these scholarships. And after this live stream, if you didn't win, if you're not one of these 2 people who won something today, I have 3 more to give away. So probably, I don't know, check the community tab. I might give away one in Discord. I'm not quite sure yet. So don't despair. If you're interested in this 3-month scholarship, you get complete access to all their courses. I think it's normally like 25 or 30 bucks a month. Let me just see. Let me see what the actual savings is. Let me get a cash prize value here. Oh, come on. Show me your prices. Show me your prices. Let's see. How much are you? Whatever. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. It's like 20 or 30 bucks a month. Anyways, minimum $60 value. I don't know. I'm logged in and I'm verklempt, so I don't know. Let's see the comments here. Are you interested? Who is interested? Let's light it up. Light it up. Alex says no more math, please. Jessica. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We have a lot of comments popping in. We have Gabe the Fifth, John B, Alex, Bluin, Jessica, Gary, Midnight Sun. We have Mad Slama, Madzalama, Neo M, Janos, top 10. Anybody else? Last call. Last call. This is a random selection. Last call, last call, last call. Khalid, Dumb Tall Alien, Austin Studies. Anyone else? All right, you got 5 seconds. Actually, I forget. There's a 20-second delay, so I'll give you guys a few more seconds. I'll just shut up. I'm just gonna sip on my little drink here. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm gonna pick someone. We're gonna go. I know you guys don't believe me, but I'm gonna point right here, and then I'm gonna stop right here. Mad Salama. Am I pronouncing that right? Mad Salama, you just won the contest. Send me an email right now, realtoughcandy@gmail.com, and I'll get you hooked up with that 3-month educative scholarship. Good luck. And if you didn't win, don't worry, I'm giving away 3 more of these in the next couple days. Developers, let's go back to the comments. We're gonna wind it down here in a few minutes. Midnight Sun, where'd you get that awesome emoji? Also, I wanna check something here. I wanna see if my custom emojis are popping up. Yes, they are, hello. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, check this out. Check out my new emojis. I have the Wendy's parrot. I have a cat wearing a tie. I have a manatee, and then I have JavaScript. Those are for my channel members. Only my channel members, peeps only. Madaslama says, what, are you serious? I'm so serious. Even the Wendy's parrot says you won. So good job. Okay, developers, we're gonna go through these comments. I'm gonna pick out a few more. Thank you, John B, Midnight Sun, and Beverly 2J Austin for the super chats. I really appreciate that. Infinity Fun, what is going on? If you're just joining us, welcome to the Fish Fry Fridays. What we do is talk about tech. We talk about, is that Dory somewhere? Dory, no! Dory! Dory! My best underwater impression. Hingle McCringle says, I heard the new Boston was great, but apparently he doesn't post anymore, so his videos are getting dated. Yeah, like the new Boston was the OG. Like, he is the one, he is the first web developer to go to 1 million subs. I mean, he was like, how could you not stumble across this guy a few years ago? And he really kicked it off. He inspired a lot of people. I think everyone I've been subscribed to, every web developer I've subscribed to has at least once referenced the new Boston. But you're right, his tutorials are like 5, 6, 7 years old. But they are I was gonna say mortified. They're memorialized on YouTube. Yeah, you got to be careful with those because some of them, they are outdated, and that is the I think biggest drawback of learning stuff on YouTube is that if it's not within the last couple months, you really have to proceed with caution if you're doing a project or something, because one of the most frustrating things is starting something, getting halfway through and being like, I'm not using the most current version. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but you just don't want to be learning outdated tech. Like, oh, we're going to build a jQuery project. Like, most people aren't going to want to see a jQuery prominent project front and center in your portfolio. Even though I love jQuery, it's just not something most employers prioritize. Some of their legacy code bases, if you want to call them, if they're even legacy, I don't like, what defines legacy? It's 4 years old. Yeah, it's legacy. You know, some of these code bases that are a few years old, but they're gonna be prioritizing newer stuff, in my opinion, from at least what I've seen and experienced. You don't see a lot of jQuery developer openings these days. Anywho, Khalid says, I remember the new Boston, my first time coding. Yeah, my first time coding tutorial. Claudio Constantine, Zerify invented COD. Sorry, Claudio, I don't know what that says. Okay, Candace is peacing out. Is she out of here? I'll see everyone in the next stream. Candace, thanks. She has a video conference she has to attend. Gabe the Fifth says, the contest is rigged. I'd like to read the terms and conditions. The terms and conditions say, candy point, someone wins. Bump, bump, but not like, we need like a sad trombone choir too. I love the sad trombone. Wah, wah, wah. Seriously though, Gabe the Fifth, come back to the next live stream. I'll be giving another one away. Vartuna, yeah, exactly. Khalid dropping the new Boston vernacular. He had this thing. Bucky, the new Boston guy was obsessed with tuna sandwiches, or at least one of his most popular videos had to do with tuna sandwiches. It's an insider joke for us old schoolers who remember the new Boston tutorials. Developers, as usual, I appreciate you tuning in. If you're new, welcome. We're going to be doing some more pre-recorded videos. Like I said, I got another topic on freelancing coming up. I've got to go through the live and see your guys' topic suggestions for that, because I did see a few. But the chat was so live that It was going too fast for me to read them all. So yeah, going to be continuing work on the RealToughCandy educational platform. Yes. Anything else I need to announce? Again, shout out to Ao Tzu and Stephen K, my newest patrons. Shout out to my YouTube channel members, and shout out to people like Chiquito who financially support this channel and make these videos possible. Developers, our time here is done. I hope you have an excellent weekend. I'll be popping in and out of the Discord as usual. If you want to say hi or introduce yourself, we'd love to meet you. Everyone's welcome. Please be sure to read the code of conduct. Nothing surprising. It'll take about 45 seconds, maybe a minute and a half. But you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. I'm looking forward to meeting you and talking later. All right. This is a Zoom meeting, so I'm going to be cut off randomly. Peace out.